Hi guys, tournament might be over, but there are some people who still play this game. So let's take a look at what they're doing. We have Roxor's Chaos against Jaedar's Dark Eldar here. The map is Fatamorga. Let's take a look at how the final that never took place happens. I'm pretty sure many people predicted Roxor will play Jaedar in the final, but that's not the case. Instead we have someone else playing against Jaedar, and that ended pretty quickly. Anyway, let's take a look. Roxor is playing Chaos at the bottom of the map. Goes for 2 Heretics, Chaos Temple, and 2 Cultist Squad. Finish the Chaos Temple pretty quickly. And Jaedar goes for Dark Foundry, Plasma Generator, pretty classic build. Roxor goes straight for Plasma Generator immediately. 2 Cultists out. Chaos Lord is the first thing that's being trained at the temple. Standard capture order here. Let's take a look at what Dark Eldar does. Goes to 1 Mandrake, 2 Mandrakes, and probably Hellions coming out. Standard play so far, nothing out of the ordinary. These 2 Heretics are grouped together and not building the listening post here. Oh, there's actually 3 Heretics. The third one is freshly trained, full hit points, gonna burn the hit points with the forced labor, of course. A good idea. And we are seeing heavy bolter turret here. A defensive play. Interesting. And no additional units being trained. No Raptors, no Space Marines. Just 1 Chaos Lord and 2 Cultists on the field. Right now we are seeing the Mandrakes are moving out with the Hellions. This could get dangerous for Chaos if they are not prepared. Just started capping on this point. Let's see. Mandrakes on the scene. We'll tangle a bit with the Chaos Lord. Chaos Lord lands a hit. We'll let that one go. Instead goes straight for the Hellions. Cultist completes capture, but that will not matter. Mandrake he captures. Already the Cultists taking casualty. They're very fragile. Only 2 models left in this squad. Roxor desperately keeping 1 alive just to reinforce, and successfully does so against all odds. Ooh, 25 hit points, and somehow managed to preserve his squad. That was too close, and this decapture has been completed as well. This listening post is up, gets upgraded immediately. A defensive play so far, and Heretics immediate, and the Cultists immediately moving out to recapture the lost strategic point. Hellions, meanwhile, is forced to retreat because the Mandrakes have fallen in that decapture attempt. A good start so far for Chaos. A lot of hit points lost in terms of Cultists, but as you know, Cultists are pretty cheap to replace, while Mandrakes are not. And the loss of a Mandrake early will prove to be a problem. However, we have a Reaver Jet Bike here, and that will deny the relic from the Chaos Cultists. And still no other army except for 2 Cultists and 1 Chaos Lord. And it looks like Roxor is going for a very fast tier 2. This will be interesting, and this Reaper Jet Bike seems to be trapped. Could not escape. Managed to escape. Alright. That was a slight tanglement, but not enough damage was done. And Chaos Lord still at full hit points, sustained no noticeable damage. Jaedar is taking things a little bit conservatively here. Moving in a little bit slower. Gets to Reaver Jetbike to take advantage of this open map, and this cultist might get killed. Reaver Jetbikes decides to stop for better accuracy, and this could be the end of the cultist squad if just a little bit more. Yes, and that's one cultist squad down, but they finally notice the heavy bolter turret and retreats. And of course, these 2 points are decaptured once again. And Chaos, 9230 economy for Dark Eldar. Chaos at 7430. But they've already hit tier 2. Let's see what happens here. 4 generators being constructed in 5 minutes. Jaedar probably has not realized that yet. Goes for tier 2 as well. And goes for Hall of Blood in the meantime. 2 Reaver Jetbike stopped cold by the LP2 and Chaos Lord. 9730 economy is pretty good, and he also upgrades his listening points, and that goes up to 104.30 and has taken whole victory. 6 minutes remaining. This will be quite a challenge for Roxor, but I think the main issue here is that Jaedar has no resource to spare on the second squad of Mandrakes. Not sure why. Should really get that one ASAP, especially now that he has completed upgrading his tier 2. Meanwhile, Roxor is going immediately for the machine pit. Vehicles. Chaos Predator on the way, a great anti-infantry, and it looks like the Hellions has not inflicted any damage. Managed to capture a strategic point, however. Still, the cultists managed to decapture this critical location, but will pay in blood. Reaver Jetbikes are trying to cut them down, but as you can see, the cultists are absorbing these hits very, very handily. They're quite cheap to replace, 20 requisition each. Vehicle cap has been completed, vehicle increased. And there goes one Chaos Predator, and looks like Dark Eldar might have an issue here. There's only one squad of Hellion, with 1 member inside and 2 Reaver Jetbikes to stop this. And he gets an Archon. Tries to go around, and this Hellion still not getting reinforced, despite having a lot of reserves in his resource. 122.40 is pretty good economy. Roxor 74.50, pretty bad. Probably going for heavy energy eco instead that prioritize vehicles. As you can see, Defiler coming out. 1 Predator and 1 Defiler, and Take and Hold countdown might be cancelled soon enough once they decapture this location. Hellion, meanwhile, jumps back into the center and will try to recapture. Poison Blade research finally done, pretty late, and Slave Chamber being added on. But Dark Eldar army is pretty weak right now. Only 2 Reaver Jetbike, 1 Archon with fully reinforced retinue, and half reinforced Mandrake squad. Not sure why he's so broke. He has a lot of resources in stock, but he did not get the full army deployed at all. And this Hellion, it's like he's just waiting for something to kill him. He did not reinforce, and this Defiler is in action now, and this will prove to be too much damage for Archon, despite doing good damage against Chaos Lord. Look at that. A lot of Incubi is being killed here. Incubus is being killed here. And Archon has no morale left. We'll have to retreat. We'll try to finish up the Chaos Lord, but Scourge is on the scene with Talus. Chaos Lord still alive, and Archon reinforced himself, did not retreat, even though I think he should. Now we look like we have a duel here. Talus making a good work on damaging the Defiler. Defiler has so low hit points and getting shot by Dark Lances. And wow, 1 strike was all it took. We have so little hit points left. Talus doing serious damage. The Defiler though, a little bit more hits will probably take care of them. Yes, that's one Defiler down, and Chaos Sorcerer will now attempt to scare away these Scourges. And it looks like Roxor has lost his Chaos Lord in the action, but this Sorcerer as well. But before he dies, the Sorcerer managed to entangle, shackle down the Scourges, and that leads to a lot of losses for the Scourges. One member of the Archon Incubi is still alive but did not retreat. I'm not sure why. But Hell Talon's on the scene, and that made should make a short work of the Talon. Talus. Talus tries to retreat, but probably won't make it in time. Look at the amount of damage the Hell Talon is doing. Pretty solid. And yes, as you can see here, Scourges actually should really open fire on the Hell Talon, but did not. They were getting knocked back around. And looks like Roxor is getting back his cheap Chaos Sorcerer, pretty much. A really good bargain here, because the moment he gets out, he's gonna have the Doom Bolts cooldown ready and Shackle as well. So we can just chain down another squad and blast them with Doom Bolt almost immediately. And these Scourges, wow, they're not cheap at all. 55-10. And if you add in Dark Lances to the mix, that's 15 each.
Victory countdown has begun.
8660 economy for Chaos so far, and it looks like Jaedar has managed to trigger the countdown again, but I don't think it'll complete.
We are taking fire.
Cultists managed to recapture this point for a short burst of resource, but Mandrake's on the scene again to decapture it. Dark Eldar needs to rebuild here. They have a good economy, 110-60, but it seems like they have a lot of resource in stock, but did not spend it in bulk. Okay, finally spent it on something. We have a Talus Survive and Warp Beast pack being reinforced here. And this Hellion still one single member. Probably regard them as obsolete. And this Chaos Predator is going all in with the Possessed Squad. Chaos Lord as well, and Chaos Sorcerer will add much needed melee damage. And this Possessed Chaos Squad is doing good damage against the Warp Beast pack actually. The Warp Beast pack is, wow, a lot of hit points being lost here. So many hit points being lost. Could not maintain the damage at all, and it looks like the Warp Beast pack might lose. And this, oh man, this Scourges gets hit with a face full of Doom Bolt immediately, and gets shackled down but managed to escape. Has to recover their health. That's pretty low, man. They're very fragile. This River Jetbike too, 700 hit points only, and Archon, strip of his retinue, will not be able to last long under concentrated fire. You know, this Chaos Lord still has 1,000 hit points to spend. Might be a good idea to pull back. Thing is, I'm not sure whether Archon actually researched the Crucible. The Crucible can actually mind control or make one unit, one enemy squad go berserk. Might work against the Possessed Squad, but here comes the Obliterator. That's tier 3. Chaos tier 3 is pretty good. Probably has a Demon Pit and Sacrificial Circle somewhere. No, just Sacrificial Circle. Oh, there we go. There we go. That confirms it. That's tier 3 tech right there. Possessed Squad and Obliterator Squad providing additional firepower against the structures. And it looks like that's the end of the Dark Eldar army here. Pretty much incapable of dealing with this super strong combination of Chaos Heroes and heavy infantry. And Jaedar calls GG, knowing that they can't possibly recover in time. They have one witch down there, but there's no army to use the drugs on. And that's how Roxor claims that he has broken the code. Dark Eldar. He has advocated going defensive at the start, upgraded listening posts, turret, just 2 cultists. Try to keep them alive with a Chaos Lord support. Tech up immediately with 2 generators. Get the tier 2 and get 4 generators. Get the machine pit and deploy a Chaos Predator ASAP. Follow with a Defiler and Hell Talon. Hell Talon will counter the Talus, since the Talus will probably be used to counter the Chaos Predator and the Defiler. Obviously, Jaedar realized he could have done better, and I actually agree. He has a lot of resource. He actually hit tier 3 as well, but did not deploy his resources well. The witches came out very late. The drugs could have changed the game when combined with their global powers. But as you can see, this is the first time Roxor unleashed this strategy. So yeah, as you can see here, Ravager, this unit, this heavy tank, it's a pretty good. This Hover tank is a pretty good option when you want to go anti-vehicle for Dark Eldar tier 3. However, when alone, it's not gonna do much, especially when under fire by Obliterator Squad. It's still pretty much the heaviest armor you can get on Dark Eldar, though. The heaviest anti-tank weapons and hit points, aside from the relic unit, of course. As you can see, this Ravager could be equipped with multiple turrets that helps with infantry, anti-infantry duty, and still too much hit points gone. Hell Talons more than capable of tanking all the hits. Look at that, 3,000 hit points, and they're flying and they're tier 2, so it's very cost effective to get a few of them and shrek some economy or generators or slave chambers. But there's no answer to these Possessed Squad, as well as a Chaos Lord. Now Possessed Squad, as you know, are immune to morale. They have no morale at all. They have a lot of hit points, and yes. And something just happened there. I'm not sure what. Looks like a Chaos Lord dies in the middle of action. Maybe use the Crucible. Not a bad option. Warrior Squad is out and should be dead in a few more seconds. Yep. And that's it, GG. It's a pretty interesting match if you think about it. Chaos was far behind in resource rate at the start, has to surrender most of the map, and struggle to cancel the take and hold victory, but eventually, with the help of their vehicles, they managed to take the fight to the enemy and slowly drive them back from here. I think the first loss on Jaedar's part is when he lost his Mandrake on this early capture attempt. Once he has done so, he did not attempt to replace them because they're too costly and too slow to train, and decides to fall back to 2 River Jet Bikes and 1 Hellion, which he does not reinforce anymore. He simply considers the Hellions obsolete and decided to go straight for tier 2 army, which you can see 2 Scourges tries to mount a challenge here, but the Defiler proving to be too effective at disrupting them, and they have very low hit points, so it doesn't take much to lose them, and it's a lot of resource to replace just to get them going again, while the Sorcerer is pretty cheap and can prove to be a very effective counter against the Scourges. So yeah, Jaedar will have to probably tweak a little bit of his plans when fighting against Chaos. And as you can see, Chaos is pretty good against Dark Eldar, and it's beatable. Yeah, obviously it takes a lot of practice. This is their 3rd game. I'm not going to cover the 1st and 2nd game, obviously. Not enough time. I'm just too lazy to do that right now. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's take a look at the end of the game screen. And as you can see here, that's a lot of military score for Roxor. dealt a lot more damage. This is pretty bad for Dark Eldar because their units have very little hit points, but does a lot of damage. But once they start losing units, you can see it's very hard to replace, especially considering their costs. Losing Warrior and Hellions at the start proved to be very devastating, and looks like they did not do any base damage at all. 7 building raids by Darth Roxor, while Jaedar did not do any damage to the buildings. And resource wise, yeah, as you can see, Jaedar has the advantage here on resource. He just did not spend them quicker. And technology wise, look at that. Roxor did not go for any unit upgrades because he did not go for Marines. But he went for research anyway, 4 of them. I can't tell what it is, probably the Sorcerer's Chains of Torment. And Jaedar obviously goes for the standard Dark Eldar options of Mandrake Poisoning and all that. Mandrake Infiltration perhaps? Maybe not. Hope you guys enjoyed that. It was pretty enjoyable. Short match between 2 veterans of Dawn of War who did not get to play the finale of the tournament. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you around and bye.